The second application technique consists in the combination of colours of different shades or different hues. This can be achieved by applying the pictorial material in three different ways. Hatchet, dots, or spotted. Hatching is the technique used to represent chiaroscuro, or make gradual chromatic transition with thin parallel lines. Adopted by painters from the 1200s to the early 1400s and codified according to Giotto's traditions at the end of the 14th century by Cennino Cennini, this method of painting allowed soft graduations of colour with the egg tempera technique. No longer a flat and uniform application, but a succession of thin, opaque and fluid brushstrokes that, at times, thinned out, bringing to the surface the underlying painting, which, in the flesh tones, was a green background, sometimes shaded in verdaccio. The chiaroscuro effect and the construction of the modelling could also be obtained by lightening the colour to be applied with progressive additions of white, or even by tightening and crossing the hatching in several directions. The technique was taken up again at the end of the 19th century by the divisionist painters and a few years later by the futurists. In their paintings, the hatching becomes a directional brushstroke, which often wraps around itself following the shapes. Finally, hatching has also sometimes been used by the artists in the execution procedures of pastel technique. Pointillism is the painting techniques whereby colours are not mixed on the palette or canvas, but juxtaposed with each other in regular punctiform brushstrokes. These small dots, which can be different in both size and intensity, are perceived from a distance as unitary colours. In the 1880s, the painter Seurat, animated by his interest in the representation of light and its chromaticisms, developed this technique by putting into practice the discoveries on visual perception. It was found that each colour was influenced by the colour nearby. An artistic movement was born, Pointillism, or Neo-Impressionism, according to which the juxtaposition of brushstrokes would allow to obtain the maximum brightness of colours to be achieved. This is true especially for pure primary and complementary colours. Although Pointillism was a relatively short movement, Seurat influenced many of his contemporaries, including Van Gogh, who adopted their technique for a short time, and later artists such as Matisse, Picasso, and more recently Roy Lichtenstein, who used the Pointillist procedures in his works. The Macchia is a characteristic procedure of the Macchiaioli painters. Using broad, flat brushstrokes, these artists juxtaposed fields of colour of different shades that were not mixed together. This technique made it possible to define volumes and distances by denying the traditional chiaroscuro. Significant is the testimony of Adriano Ciccioni, an accredited theoretician of the group, who described the manner of rendering the impressions which they received from life by means of patches of colour, such as a spot of colour for the face, another for the hair, another, let's say, for the cloth, another for the jacket or dress, another for the petticoat, another for the hands or feet. And so it is with the earth and with the sky. The Impressionists also developed a painting technique made up of juxtaposed patches of colour, but, unlike the Macchiaioli, the brushstrokes and touches, streaks or dashes, blended together. In some respects similar to the Macchia, the Cloisonnism technique consists in spreading the colour evenly, without chiaroscuro effect, in areas well delimited by well-marked contours, with effects similar to those of medieval stained glass. The Fauves also decompose the image into flat areas of colour, but in this case the outlines are imprecise. The boundaries of each field do not always coincide with the contours of the objects represented. The application is with thick and pasty brush strokes. The shapes, extremely simplified and reduced to surface, devoid of any effect of depth or chiaroscuro, are obtained with simple purple, red, yellow, blue and green spots juxtaposed together, similar to many square or rectangular tesserae. It is a free and spontaneous reworking of the Pointillist paintings. In the Fauves, the hues are bright and arbitrary. A tree could be red, the skies yellow, and the face have intense red, orange and green spots. Their overall effect is far from reality. In the mid-20th century, with Taschism, the Macchia, more or less shapeless, became the subject of the work.